Yep. Carry on. Some of that dhyana, dharana, al-I system of meditation. Now from these stages, after we carry out all the 9, we're going to move on to taking them one day at a time. Take one sphere per day. And then we go deeper into each of them. So, good afternoon, good morning, and good night, everyone watching all over the world. They say if you want a butterfly, got to be a butterfly. Let's fly for 30 seconds. Hold up, baby. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Yeah. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Carry on so that we could stay a bit longer in the lotus position, isn't it? Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. It's 34. I just had to do a little more on the left because I feel a bit of tension on the hips. So just to carry on from where we left, I'm going to be carrying on with the meditation of the eye. Centralized meditation. I want to carry the meditation of the L. 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 The L. So it'll be LM. But we won't be touching too much on the eye because the eye just centralizes all the 8 around it. So with that being said, it's going to get a bit dark. I don't even have a flashlight on my camera, but I'll carry on. So this morning we did the Ane. The A, it was on attitude, it was on commitment, it was on producing your own sustenance, vitality, food, producing your own clothing, making your own shelter. Which was on thought and transcendence, which was on energy and transformation, which was on blessing and initiation. So now we move on to the second row, which deals with deal with action and information. It deals with the central, love, light, and discipline. And it also deals with strength and how you earn your living. So we're going to start with the last, which is at M. So we can just chant a little bit of that to centralize that energy. So, let the memory align with all the aspects related to strength, severity. So with strength, we're not looking at physical strength, mental strength, psychological, emotional strength, and the strength of your energy that is aligned also with the intensity of the actions you do and the intensity of how you feel alive, how you live your life. Now, those two contemplations, like we usually do them on both sides of polarity, you start to think of if you use your strength not to oppress, if you've been weak, in those occasions, if you lived your life the wrong way, if you take it by force, or have you not acquired what you could because you were weak? Now in the central state, like we did this morning, you take the neurogenesis, centralizing breath, consciousness. Breathe in 5 counts, we hold 5 counts, we release 7 counts. In our inhaling, we take the visualization, we're inhaling the energy of the sun. In our holding, we propertize it. In our exhaling, we release all the negative energy that was replaced by that energy. So with those 3 thoughts, earning a living in a rightful way of strength, and with a bit of purpose and education. So we take that breath. Now we're going to take it the second time with a mantra that is related to the sphere we're dealing with, the sphere of energy, of strength, the sphere of means of living that is balanced with our ability. So we can make a mantra that says, we choose to do what we can, when we can, with all the strength we can, as long as we can. We're going to take that breath, with that in mind. Now connecting that sphere of to the upper and the one on its right, which is the central eye. Connects above it is the R, and on its right it's E. And then connecting the and the R is the J. And we can use that to think of the changes we can do, because it represents that change in order to adapt to any situation that comes forward. So we can change the way we've been handling our energy, the way we've been flexing our muscles whenever a situation comes to us. And on the other side, as we move on, we can look at this Q that's connecting it with the I, E, which is the direction we're going to move, so that we link the meditation with the that's going to be it for today. Tomorrow, if we meet again, we're going to handle the lower trinity should be the Uyo. Today we're dealing with the meal. In the morning we went and dealt with the Ane. Ane, meal, Uyo. So connecting with the E with Q, conquest. So we look at both the central I and the M to say, how did we acquire the strength in here? How did we acquire whatever we have in life that makes us define our life as maybe rich, poor, middle class, upper middle class, lower middle class, whatever class you choose to put yourself in. That's also a weakness, classifying life anyway. Life is life. As somebody told me, I've seen a poor man dance with joy and a rich man cry in a holy place. So I think you can figure out what I mean by that. So yes, conquests from the if you're using the left hand like this, it's facing you, that is on the second division. The index finger. As we cross over, is that space between those divisions of the middle and the just mentioned index finger. So those are the mudras. We hold them. Then we're going to go in deeper in detail. Like we did discuss this before, and we're going a bit step deeper and deeper as we go on. We're going to take this a day, concept, a principle at a day, principle at a time, one principle in a day, and the amount of time we spend on all these three meditations, we're going to spend on one, including the postures, including also the duties related to it. So just join me. Take the time to think about this. So yes, the conquest was positive, it was constitutional, just rightly done, just morally correct. Go on to I, which we're not going to spend more time, but we should spend more time on it in the days when we rest. Look at all the other 8 related to it. So on a 10-day calendar, look at all the 8, all the 7 days of the week, and the 9th, and then the 10th, rest. Go into what we call shunya. It's like you can have a fast where you let your digestive system rest, so that when you come and digest new food, you digest properly, remove all the plaque, activate autophagy, glycation diminution. Yeah. So we're gonna go into E. But we're gonna do a short one because we're gonna have to centralize the energy. So E deals with light. Light in the form of what our knowledge teaches us to do. Light in the form of physical light. Light in the form of healing, as also it is the sphere of health, central eye. It also deals with love. Love as Someone also in the science fraternity also agrees with me, even though we don't agree on a lot of issues. They agree with me that life is that force that holds us together, that gives us integrity, that gives us purpose and shape in our duties and feelings. So we also talk about discipline. Discipline involves how we take all the eight spheres, how we take all the principles and not misuse them, because they are quite powerful if you look at them from the point of view of a co-creator, which there is a creator. We are just co-creators. We found most of the stuff we found on Earth. We just add on, like they say in the Wu, you know, Wu down, you know, lyrical kung fu clan. So with that being said, we're not going to focus much on the E, which is central meditation. But we're going to hold the mudra so that we keep the mind steady there. Before we pass to the next, I'm going to take a few breaths. I'm going to make mantras at the end of the breaths. So let's go. Conscious neurogenesis breath. 5 counts inhale, 5 counts hold, 7 counts exhale, and in your inhale, you bring forth radiance of gold, hold it, and concretize it as you hold. And when you say Rachaka, which is the exhale, release the energy that is quite detrimental, that was replaced by that one. Feel it. Let's go 5. There's Puraka, Kumbhak, and Rajaka. Puraka is an inhale. Kumbhak is the hold. Rajaka is the exhale. So in our Hamsa meditation, we can take that longer. I think we will develop some more meditations as we move along the week. And the mantra that goes with central I can just be simple. I'm centered, I'm peaceful, I'm loving, grounded. Sit it for a minute. Thank you. Now we're moving on to the next path, which is the Z, which links us to the final sphere of action, that is coupled with knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, that is coupled with mercy, that is coupled with communication, which is also a transport of knowledge. It's a communion. So further we go to Z. Z takes us from E to L, and the mudra is right here. It says leadership. Ask yourself and plan for the future. In the past, you showed positively good leadership, where you had better knowledge. Did you make things go well when you knew better than everyone else around you? Even just a few animals, did you just lead them away from drinking that rainwater? Or that dog from eating that plastic? Or did you support that plant when you realized that it was gonna die? If you went to that direction, pulled up that branch, guided it to the right path. Have you told your friend that no, my brother, I've been there and it doesn't work that way in the human race when they try to be wicked. Have you given a presentation of truth to your group of fellow students? Leadership. Are you going to make it better in the way forward? Are you going to learn something that resonates with you more than others so that you can show them your aspect of the whole of creation? Are you going to work hard to be a leader to your children, your family, your wife, or your husband, aspects that are different in both genders? So we're going to contemplate on that as we move on to action, which is sphere. This is where we stop. This is the left hand mudra. Sphere of action. Now with action, we look at mindfulness. We don't just visions with our body. We move for purpose, we move for a reason. We move to do something. We act also in speech. We speak to effect change. We do work to produce results. But that is also balanced with, like I said, communication and transport, like transposition and communing of waves. Even if it's just light waves of written communication, painted form of communication. We balance that with action. We say, if we act in such a way, how do we communicate either to the recipient or to the rest of creation? If we move in such a way, are we effecting positive change? So today, in the last of the 3 meditations from the previous 3 that we did in the morning, I'm going to hope that we understand the manifestation of the word. Because for the word to manifest, it comes in 3 or 4 stages. First, it comes out as something that is unmanifest. It's a word of something that is going to be there. It's a potential that's there. And that potential, once it enters thought, it's gone through the first stage of manifestation. It gets into your thought. And in the thought, it starts to create images. And when the image actually gains shape, it starts to be vocalized. And once you vocalize it, once you spell it out, it's a spell. It's bound to take manifestation, one way or the other, now or another time. So like we say, John 3, John 1st, in the beginning was the Word was God, and the Word was with God. And everything that was made from the Word. So communication and action two sides of the same coin. Now I'm going to close this short meditation like this for today, but I'd like to go on. I just can't so that I don't overload you. I don't know in what order you're going to be watching this video, but I hope it builds a sense of integrity in your mind, body, soul, energy, in your emotion, in your thoughts, in your physical postures. Or even in this sphere that we are in, every action has an effect. Like right now, if I move my hands like this, it's like I'm holding the 6 planets here, 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 to here, to here, to here. The 7th, the 8th, and the 9th. And I'm moving creation with the Creator. So every posture we do, we are gods. Isn't it said in Psalm 82? And we illuminate something in the portion of darkness that surrounds us. Like the Heaven chart says, ancient Egyptian proverb, there's no darkness like the darkness of ignorance. So these planets are the planets that blend. So this light is the knowledge and the wisdom and understanding. This sphere of mercy. So just to get to understand the position of the sphere, we've just mentioned on the left, which was connected to E, less. Now, above and below, we're not going to look at the one below it. Above it, because we've been through it, we're going to move it down gradually. Above it, we have K, which is nourishment. The word nourishes the action. The food nourishes the body that takes the action. So with K and Z, holding L together, we have a trinity that we can work with. We can say Kalam. If you choose to identify with those and do it, use it as your work in meditation, and you walk with it, as you think about it, it will be something you represent as you live on earth. It can be your divine name. You know, just call yourself Kalam or Kalam. Put verbs where you can be able to pronounce it, but I can't. Just say Kalam. So those are the mantras you can have in your thoughts as you make your word manifest. Because these are wise words. They can only be spoken in due time. Like they say, the lips of the wise are like doors to the cabinet. In ancient Egypt would say that. No sooner are they open, and treasures are poured out. As with trees of silver and trees of gold, vice versa, so are wise words spoken in due time. So when we say Anpu, we're talking about the discretion to know when to say what, to know what to say when. So we say, lips are the lips of Anpu. Pause for a minute, silent meditation. Yeah, it's half a minute, but it's good enough to centralize it. So we say Heka, Hekau, the word that creates the power. Otep, Tuan Neteru, Anatej Neteru, Aku Neteru. Purnamida, Purnamidam, as above, so below. Thank you.